You know what that is? Ladies and gentlemen, that is a taste of victory right there. All right? You know what I just emptied out of this cup? Was not just it was not just wine, all right? What I just emptied out of this cup was 6 years of doubters, all right? Not just the doubters out there in the universe, all right? Coming from within as well, all right? And I got to say I've spent a lot of time, obviously. A long time on TV. My journey started all the way back in 2005 on a show called The Real World, all right? In Key West, Florida. And here we are, over 15 years later. Not only am I still here, not only am I not have I not died from all the insane stuff I've done over the years, but I just won again against all odds. All right, and what I said at the end of the challenge is, and what I meant. Josh is in the house. Thank you, Josh. I love you, brother. I've never wanted anything this. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna bring someone in right quick. A surprise guest. She'd better accept my invite, or else there's gonna be trouble in paradise. Let's go. There she is. Uh-oh. Apparently Jenny's got crappy connection. There she is.
Grab your Wi-Fi.
Well, you know what? Now, Jenny, you got enough money to fucking Jenny, you got enough money to buy a cell phone company now, okay? So the crappy Wi-Fi is gonna be a thing of the past.
I was gonna buy a telephone company person to just make me have amazing Wi-Fi. It's so bad.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations, the winners.
Dude, listen, what most people, Jenny, tell people what most people haven't factored into the whole equation is we shared a bunk this season.
Yeah, lucky bunk.
So how crazy is it that our bunk out of the entire bunker ended up being the winning one?
Our bunk was the lucky bunk. It was like destined to be the winner's bunk. It's so crazy. Like we just fucking smashed. Yeah, we smashed it to the end of that bunk. That was the best bunk in the whole bunker.
Listen, I'm glad, Jenny, that you were on the girls' side, not the guys' side, because that would have been a really, I mean, it would have been tougher than it already was as a final. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, do you know what though? I mean, everybody at the final worked so hard, and it was I feel like the episodes didn't even show how hard it was. It was I've never felt so cold in my life. I've never felt so cold in my life.
Well, they took some things out. I mean, there was a couple checkpoints that they took out. The throwing of the daggers.
Yeah.
And they didn't show how that math equation, how messed up that math equation was. But, dude, hats off. Hats off, Jenny. Like, you absolutely murdered this season. I could not be more proud of you. Nobody deserved it more than you did.
Thanks, Johnny.
Seriously, dude. It could not have happened to a better person. Listen, how many guinea? Let me ask you a question. How many guinea pigs can $500,000 buy you?
Probably like 500,000.
So guinea pigs only cost $1.
They're cheap. They're cheap. You can get them for free. They should be like $1 million each. That cute. They should be $1 million each. They really should be.
Oh,
so
dude, that was so fun, dude. It was so cute how they played your little family portrait.
I know.
It's funny because you said you had 9 siblings, but until I actually saw them all in a picture together, it didn't really resonate.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of people, isn't it? I don't know anyone's birthdays. I don't even know how old they are.
Do you want me to send you a really sweet shirt?
Yes.
I started, listen.
It's gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those who want to know, all right, these shirts are now available on realjohnnyBananas.com. All right. The challenge, Jenny, I'll try and put your name on the back, but mine has my name here.
Oh my God, get my name on.
7 wins. All
Can
right.
I have number 7? Jenny, 7. Number 7.
You
on the
want
back.
7?
Yeah.
Whatever you want, but whatever number on the back you want. Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
I feel like all the Nolly 9 should have one. It should say Nolly 9 with a 9 on it.
Yo, what a great crew we had going to the final too, man. That was a good time. That was a good time.
Johnny,
What?
So how does it feel to break the curse?
Jenny, I've never listen. Here's the thing, and I've said this on a few interviews that I've done, which will all be out tomorrow. I've never been one to believe in like extraterrestrial, spirits or powers. Or I've always been one to believe that like my fate is in my own hands, and there's not something else out there that's controlling my fate. Everyone says karma. Everyone always talks about karma, right?
Yeah.
I've never been a big believer in karma because good things happen to bad people and bad things happen to good people. So how do you explain that? My thing is, I just felt like, listen, I'm a victim of circumstance. You know what I mean? But after time went on, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons, I'm like, maybe there is something to this whole curse business. And I couldn't help but not to start, thinking that maybe I really was cursed. But you know what they say, curses are made to be broken. So here we are.
Yeah, exactly. And you smashed it.
Yeah.
You were so far ahead of everybody. I'm sorry, Kyle, but it was very far ahead of you as well. Even though you came close second, nearly gave Bananas a run for his money. So close.
Jenny, so close. I literally, here's my thing. I was like, all right, as long as I keep pace with Jenny, she said, as long as I keep pace with her, then I'll be good, right?
That's what I thought. You were
like, dude, you're like a freak, Jenny. You're a freak of nature. You're a freak of nature, okay? You crushed it, dude. I'm so proud of you.
Can you remember when you said to me, "Oh, it's a different story up on the mountain. The air's thin, like it's harder to breathe." I remember thinking, like, "Oh my God, what if my muscles don't work? Like, what if I can't move my legs?" Because everyone's going on, you're so muscly, you won't be able to use your muscles.
Jenny, you did not have any trouble moving your legs like that.
I'm like, I was fine. I could talk, no problem.
You ran up that mountain like a guinea pig.
Fun fact, guinea pigs can run 19.3 miles per hour. Yeah. Fun fact.
That is great. You know what? I'm actually going to take that. Next time I'm doing trivia at the bar, I'm going to use that. All right?
Awesome.
All right. Well, listen.
Cold climate as well, and then we can win it again.
Hey, listen. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Johnny. It has been amazing. High five.
You're here. Yo, girl. Listen. So proud. So happy to have you as part of the family. And listen, carry the torch, all right? Because the girls are going to have a tough. Listen, here's the thing you're going to have to understand, though, Jenny. You're about to enter Johnny Bananas territory where say goodbye to the days of being able to fly under the radar and everyone be like, oh, my God, Jenny's so nice. You're going to show up every season now, and you're going to be public enemy #1. You're going to get everyone's best shot. So I hope you're ready for it.
What have you done to me? Why?
Listen, like I said, man, it's you're a victim of circumstance. So, all right.
Oh, I might quit while I'm ahead. No, I'm joking.
Good job out there.
Good night. Well, good afternoon, good evening.
Good night. Go celebrate. Go celebrate. You deserve it.
And you. See you later.
All right. All right. Well, we got that out of the way. Jenny, absolute beast. So proud of you. Cheers. Salud. Okay. So, listen, there's so much that I've wanted to say for such a long time. All right. There's so many questions that I wanted to answer. You don't understand how hard it is going through a season where you know what the outcome is, and everybody else wants to know, and everybody else is trying to hound you, and everybody else is, trying to throw different, ways of getting you to like spill the beans. But like, there was something that was different. There was something special. There was something that was amazing about this season, and it's not even just the culmination of my win at the end. It was everything that went into this season. Okay, that I've never in my life never challenged T's in the house. Congrats, thank you. Oh, even the challenge is in the house. Challenge MTV, thank you very much. Listen, I gotta say, I love what I do, and as the saying goes, if you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life. So I feel like, you know, won the lottery. Challenge T911. It was rigged for bananas. Listen, if there is anyone out there that could give me now, after seeing everything, listen, I've had to listen to all this bullshit for weeks about the season was rigged for me. They wanted me to win. If there is anybody out there that is able to provide any sort of logical or rational argument or explanation as to how this was rigged for me, I would also like to let you know that the earth is not flat, okay? That's obviously been one of the common themes, and all that is people trying to invalidate and discredit me for doing what I do, and that is fucking win. So there's no way. There's absolutely no explanation. One of the ones that caught a little bit of steam, was popular towards the end, was it was supposed to be winner take all, and then after Jenny won, we refilmed the intro, and TJ said now it's split between guys and girls. It's total horseshit, dude. Like, I've heard conspiracy theories in the past. I've never heard any that are more just off the wall, out of bounds, that are not grounded in reality, more so than the ones that went by tonight. But you know what? I'm not gonna distract myself with the nonsense. All right. I just want to say that again, from start to finish, this season was an incredible experience. The challenge over the years, all right, I've essentially grown up. If you've anyone out there who's seen the movie The Truman Show with whatever the hell his name is, who grows up in front of a camera and on TV, and basically gets to see himself go from being an infant to an adult. That's exactly what I've gone through on the challenge. All right, the good, the bad, the ugly. I've done it all. Okay. I just thank God that social media was not around in the early days of my challenge career, because, you know, I might not be sitting here today. But I made a lot of the mistakes that I made, you know, were you know, there for all to see. TJ's in the house. TJ's in the house. Hold on, let's see if we could bring him in. See if Tej wants to come in. Doubt it. Tej does not have the balls. TJ does not have.
There he is.
There he is. Look at handsome as ever, my friend.
What's up, baby?
I mean, listen, dude. You know, just chilling. Apparently there was a television show on tonight that aired between 5 and 6:30. I'm not sure what it was.
Was it on?
How have you been, man?
Dude, you, my friend, absolutely killed it this year, man.
Thank you, dude. Thank you. And you know, and I've told you this in the past, TJ, that means more, other than, I think, hearing my father tell me he's proud of me. I think when I hear that come from you, that means just as much, just based on the insane shit that you've done. It comes from a legitimate place, man. So I appreciate it.
I appreciate that. Thanks, man. Yeah, like, honestly, man, like, from start to finish, you played the most perfect game. It's crazy. Like, it was crazy. And then at the end there, when it was you against Rogan in the last elimination, I was like, uh-oh, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Like there's no, I mean, Rogan's no joke.
No joke.
And I just saw him flatline a dude in the elimination, you know? And I was like, oh, man. And everybody was freezing. Everybody was tired. Like, we were all exhausted and so cold. And I wasn't even running. You guys were like, it was gnarly.
I got to say, TJ, some of my highest highs and my lowest lows in my life, you've been there for both, okay? So,
yeah.
Your goddamn foghorn, until the day I die, I have PTSD every time I hear an air horn blown, because I know what's on the other side of that air horn and how insane shit gets, okay? But at the same time, I can remember every single time that I've finished the final,
whether it was X's, on top of the glacier in Iceland, whether it was this one. You didn't make up the top of Rivals because that one was brutal. But seeing you at the end of the final, there's absolutely no feeling like that on earth, man. So I just want to say, dude, here's to you, brother.
Right on, brother. Yeah. It's crazy because a couple of times I've had to run up sand dunes or run up a mountain, and this one I just had to hike the trail. I had to hike the trail with you, and like before you guys hiked that trail, I hiked that trail, and the whole time I was thinking to myself like, damn, dude, they're doing this with this and that, you know what I mean? I was like, this is gonna be brutal for them, man. This is gnarly. I mean, I was having to hike it after, like, we rode snowmobiles up to the cabin or whatever, you know what I mean? And we helicoptered into the cabin, and then we walked from the cabin all the way to the finish line, which was a couple miles through the snow. And
I know it, man. I know it, dude. I know. It was brutal. And you know what I said? I think what made this final so difficult as well is usually it's like we're able to kind of like train and maintain and stay in shape throughout the season, right? Yep. There was something about that bunker that you didn't want to get out of bed, let alone go and work out. So I felt like we all went into that just like an absolute shell of what we were. And it's like, yeah, now you got to do a final at 10,000 feet, dude, in the freezing cold. So
yeah, man, super gnarly.
All right. Hey, while I got you here, one more thing, TJ. There's a lot of naysayers out there, okay, that have put a lot of rumors forth. That one of them, my favorite one right now, is that the final was originally for $1 million for one winner. And after I didn't get first place, we then reshot the intro, okay? And then you said that, no, never mind, it's 500 for guys and 500 for girls. Did that happen? I don't remember.
No.
Maybe it's the altitude.
No way, dude. No way, bro. There's no way. First of all, I wouldn't reshoot that. Like, I was freezing. I was freezing cold, bro. Like, get me off of this mountain. No pickups. Let's just go. And like, we have got to go. I didn't even sleep the night before. Froze my ass off the whole night in the cabin. Freezing. Like zero heat. It was so cold that I was like, knocking on Emer's door in the night, and I was like, "Hey, can I sleep in your top bunk? I'm freezing." She was like, "Yeah, of course." And like, I was so cold, dude. And they were like, "Why don't you just sleep down here?" And I was like, "Come on, man, you're kidding me, right?" But yeah, we don't play that. There's no funny business on the challenge, dude. There's no favorites. There's no funny business. Everything is 100 solid.
Listen, you wouldn't let that fly anyways. And I got to say, TJ, all right, even though me and Jenny may have been the male and female winner, I think Melissa competing the entire season pregnant, I don't know. I think there should have been an honorable mention for her, dude.
Dude, that's gnarly. And I had no idea she was pregnant. And just before she quit, one of the producers came up to me and was like, "Hey, TJ, just don't go hard on her for quitting this. You just trust me." And I said, "Okay." And I didn't. Like, I just said, "Okay, cool. See you later." You know, and I understood because it was still cold and it was brutal. But I figured, like, there had to be more to it. Why would somebody say that to me? And, you know, because they knew I would go hard on it. Like, you went all the way to the final, all the way there. And it's like, dude, that's gnarly. When I found out she was pregnant, I was like, what? Yeah. You know what I mean? And, like, I see her with a baby, like, a little bit later, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then she goes, "Yeah, I was 7 months pregnant," or whatever she was. And I was like, what?
Rewatching this season and every elimination, every challenge she did, knowing that she had a fetus inside of her, it literally makes me, I mean, that baby's done more. Little Vienna has done more in the 2 months she's been alive than most people do in their entire lives. Dude.
No doubt about it. And you know, the end of the show, I just watched the end, and it was so good. Like, it was really, really good. I saw a couple people on here saying they were crying and everything else. I'm like, dude, this is really good. I mean, like, and now that we have some badass music all the time and badass
the 90s throwbacks, dude, I don't know why they did not do that sooner. It makes the episodes so, dude, they've literally They stepped up the game, man. And I think that's one of the – I think everything that went into this season, dude. I mean, the challenge is constantly pushing the envelope. They're innovative. They're doing new things with the music, with the production quality, with the editing, with the challenges, with the location. And I think that's the host. I think that's one of the main reasons we're up for an Emmy this season, dude.
Oh shit, yeah, man. We'll see, man. Fingers crossed, baby. That'll be sick.
You're the best. You're the best, TJ. You know that, right?
Yeah, you too, brother. You too, man.
No,
Obviously,
you're
you
the
got
fucking
7 championships.
Listen, and I've gotten this before, and I want to put this notion to bed too. People are like, oh my God, when you retire, you got to host the show. I'm like, no. TJ's the host of the show. The day TJ stops hosting the show is the day I walk away from the show as well. We're just gonna ride off into the sunset together, man.
All right, baby. Much love.
Playing with each other, playing
with
with each other's private parts. It'll be a good time.
Hey, that'll be fun. Appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Yeah, I love you, TJ.
Bananas.
All right.
Much love,
you
bro.
take care of yourself
Later,
out there,
man.
brother. All right,
See
later.
you guys. Thank you, man.
All right, you too. All right, well, this has been an entertaining live so far. All right, so far we've gotten the female champ. We've got TJ, who has basically come on, and I love that man to death. All right, now I'm not gonna lie. In our early days, I think me and TJ did not see eye to eye on some things, mostly because I was a 22, 23-year-old dipshit that. I mean, honestly, I'd kick my own ass right now if I could go back. And but over the years, it's been like I said earlier, like it's so true. It's like there's something about hearing TJ give. There's been a few times when I've been in eliminations, or I'm going to do a challenge. I'm going to dangle off a building, or I'm going to go into elimination, possibly kill myself. A head nod, a wink, a that a boy from TJ. I mean, that right there, that means the world because of what that man has put his body through in the past, all right? Anything that any one of the challenges done pales in comparison to the amount of abuse that he has put himself through, and he's still hitting it strong, man. So that's the thing. So coming from him, that's why it's like you don't want to disappoint the guy, dude. You will never, ever, ever see me quit in front of him. And again, like I said, it's like there is absolutely, people give me too much credit when it comes to the challenge, all right? There's no challenge without TJ Lavin. So, again, here's to you, TJ. All right, hold on. I'm going to pin something real quick. Here's what I want everyone to do. If you like this here championship, I am the challenge jersey with the 7 daggers, the name and the 7 wins on the back. Those are available at realjohnnybananas.com. So only for a limited time. All right. So yeah, everyone, listen. From beginning to end, incredible season. What I was getting at before when I was talking about the Truman Show, okay, before TJ so rudely interrupted my live, I've been able to essentially grow, and I've been able to watch myself evolve, okay? I've had an experience that few people ever have in life, and that is to see yourself from a perspective that others see you from. And I've gotten to take the things that I like about myself and keep them, and the things I don't like about myself and throw them away, okay? And sitting here in front of you, I will say that I have made a lot of terrible mistakes. I've made bad decisions. I've done things that I regret on national television. However, I've learned from them, and I have done those in the public eye for everyone to see. And I feel like had things not happened the way that they had in my life, I would not be where I'm sitting at today. And that's what life's about. Life's about the good and the bad. It's just about how you adapt and how you change based on the things that you've done. Which brings me to like where we're at now. I mean, I went through a phase on the challenge where I was just knocking down wins. Like it was my job. Well, it kind of was my job. But I took it for granted. I think I took the ability to make it to a final and to win finals for granted. Okay. I think what happened after Rivals 3, when I took the money, which I will argue to this day was still one of the greatest decisions I've ever made in my entire life, not just because of the financial game, but just from a overall reality television story point of view. But after that decision, a lot of things kind of went sideways, and a lot of things changed. And you could call it a curse. You could say it's because I was cursed, or there's some higher power out there that after that decision, I was now, doomed to never be successful again. What I've always argued is I was a victim of my own success, okay? It's like any sports team out there, right? If you're the best team, you're going to get everyone's best shot season after season. Patriots, Golden State Warriors, the Yankees. I mean, there's a reason why there's so much mystique that surrounds them. And you could, they go through a losing season. Well, it's because they're getting everyone's best shot. And I think that's what happened to me for a while. And what I was going through, what you've witnessed over the last few seasons, is an evolution process, okay? And I've had to come to terms with the fact that I'm not the same competitor that I used to be 6, 7, 8 years ago. I can't get through a season throwing fastballs, okay? I can't get through a season based on just pure grit and determination. I have to change up my game, and I've had to get a little more strategic with the way I go about doing things. I've also come to a point in my life where I realized that carrying hate in your heart and walking around with this chip on your shoulder and being angry at certain people and holding grudges and holding vendettas and drawing a line in the sand day one. I used to walk into a challenge house and I was a hammer and I saw everyone as nails. And I've had to learn that it's like, dude, you need to have more tools in your toolbox. It's so funny now because I walk into challenge houses now and it's like I feel like I just observe the environment, the people there in such a different way than I used to. So I think that's been just part of my whole growth and call it maturity, call it whatever you want, whatever it is. I've had to own it, I've had to embrace it, and I've had to just accept the fact that things are different now for me, for the challenge. I mean, just adapting every season is so difficult, okay? And I've said this in the past, and I maintain to this day, it's not the strongest that wins, and it's not the smartest that wins. It's those who have the ability to adapt, okay? And I feel like above all, of all the things that I've managed to do and I've been good at over the years, my ability to adapt, I think, has been spot on. And it took me a while, with the the people I had against me, with the ever-changing, just tone and tenor of the house. It took me a while to adapt to the way things were, but I think I figured it out, at least this season. I came into this season with a different perspective on things, all right? I put my rivalry with my longest standing arch nemesis, Wes Bergman, all right? The ugliest human being that has ever been on television. I put that aside, all right? And we were willing to put that aside and see what we could do together. And it exceeded all expectations, mine included. I did not ever think that Wes and I would be able to trust each other as far as we could throw each other, let alone basically combine our powers and figure out a way to steamroll essentially the rest of the house. And we did. And again, just another, incredible, transformation that had to be made. And it was made. And then he made a very ill-advised move to go against me when he did. But again, that's all part of the journey, right? Which led us, I guess, to the final. Going into this final, looking around at the guys I was going in against, Fessy, an absolute unit of a human being, all right? The guy is not only massive, but he has gas for days, all right, which is dangerous in a competitor. You have Kyle, who, as much as people want to to make fun of Kyle for being a complete idiot, which he is. The guy doesn't give up. The guy has no quit in him. Corey showed up. I don't know where he got all the stamina from, probably from all the children he's been having. And then obviously Rogan, who won last season. So going into this final, for me to sit here and tell you that that I thought I had this in the bag, there's no way. Especially after day one, I got beat. Carrying the log, starting the fire, that whole situation. Then being put into an elimination the night of, the final. Even though we got to sleep inside, it was almost like, what's tomorrow going to bring? And what it all came down to was this math equation that, by the grace of God, I somehow figured out. And that just led me to I knew as much as I wanted to at points in that final, to just basically not quit, but ease up a little bit. I knew that there was that I might never get the opportunity that I had right there again. Listen, this is a different challenge, okay? This is a different world that we're living on. I just want to say a quick shout out to my man Gus from Floribama Shore. Appreciate it, bro. I want to see you back on the challenge someday, man. Loved having you there. Not that I underestimate my abilities in any way, shape, or form, but with what the challenge has evolved into, and I know a lot of people sometimes want to make fun of it, us for calling it the fifth major sport. It is a sport in every sense of the word. All right, everybody in that house is an athlete, not just in the athletic sense, but in what it takes mentally. What we have to endure season after season, whether it's a house, a bunker, the eliminations we have to go into, the challenges we have to do. We show up, we get one shot. Professional athletes, whatever sport they play, guess what? You're playing football, you're playing basketball, you're playing baseball. The X's and the O's don't change. The teams you play might change, but the game doesn't change, all right? You're always going to hit the ball, catch the ball, throw the ball, whatever. Challenge every day is different. The format of the show is different. The competition is different. The rules will change. We show up, we have no idea what we're going to do from day to day, and we get one opportunity to do it, okay? And we have to do this with an incredible amount of pressure on the line. So, it's evolved into and morphed into something that is way more difficult than it's ever been. And listen, I'm here for it, all right? However, as much as I'm here for, as much as I love it, there's what your mind wants to do, and then there's some times where your body just can't do what your mind wants it to do. And after this season, after what I put myself through physically and mentally, it's like, if there was ever a time for me to bow out gracefully and just kind of ride off into the sunset, I mean, there's no better time than now, right? I've had, and I didn't know this earlier, but somebody on social media told me this. So I've been after tonight's challenge, final, been in 200 episodes, okay? Over 40 daily challenge wins. Now, after tonight, seven final wins. I have now retaken the lead for the most money won. And, I mean, I'm doing this all in my 20th season, okay? So, I don't know, man. I mean, it's almost like you kind of want to go out on top. You know what I mean? You don't want to be the guy that years from now is like, reveling in his glory days. And I honestly did not think that that I would ever not just see a final again, but win a final again. And the fact that I did, yeah, dude, I mean, we were crying real tears tonight, people, all right? When I was in that final, confessional or whatever, and tears came to my eyes, Morgan even said, "Are you really crying?"
I've never seen you shed any tears.
Yeah, well, it was a big moment, all right? Just got caught up in the moment. So yeah, I mean, listen, never say never, right? It's not like there's no way you can ever say never, and there's no way you can ever put an exclamation point on things. But listen, I could not be more just content, happy with what I've accomplished, where I've come from. This is the first time, I gotta say, people, this is the first time that I've gone through a season where, because my family always supports me, right? My loved ones always support me. My close friends always support me. I've never had this much support from you guys, okay? And that is, it's like, it's weird. It's like that used to happen back in the day. I feel like I used to have, but I went through this period where it was just like, I was like the villain, public enemy #1. Nobody wanted to see me do shit. Not make it past the first episode, not win a challenge, not win an elimination, nothing. The amount of support that I had this season to win again, I don't think I'll ever have that again. And that meant a lot. And I gotta say, it kind of took me by surprise. You know, I was expecting, obviously, there to be some, listen, I've had a lot of riders for a long time, but I've always had a lot of naysayers. And what's crazy is it seems like a lot of people, and I got this a lot, people going from being like, I used to hate you, but you've grown on me, or I've seen a different side of you, or whatever. And that, to me, again, because of the, you know, this growth that I've gone through, means a lot, okay? As the saying goes, die a hero or live long enough to become a villain. I feel like, in a way, I've flipped that on its head. And now it's either die a villain or live long enough to become a hero. And, you know, in some ways, I felt like the way I went out, the way this season, you know, the way everything transpired, the way it all ended, I feel like I'm going out on top. So, yeah, it's a great feeling. All right, it's a great feeling. The challenge is a part of me that it's like there's no way to explain it. I spent a third of my life, okay, on television, risking my life, growing, learning, making mistakes, entertaining people out there. And it's almost like you become like institutionalized. Like, I feel like the challenge has become like a part of me. Like, it's like, I don't know, it's like a child. It's like the child I don't have. And yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where I don't know what it's going to feel like, you know, if and when I don't have that necessarily in my life. But I will say, regardless of what happens from here on out, it'll always be something that, you know, it's going to be something I'm never going to forget. I'm never going to forget any of you. Never going to forget this whole experience, this moment in time. So yeah, so here's to that. All right. So here we go. Here's to all of you. Here's to living, loving, going bananas. Kings doing king shits. And what I think is another thing that's hilarious today is today was tax day. And I've always said, listen, just like, that's why I think this season was so magical. Everything that went down, like, okay, so today was officially tax day, right? April 15th wasn't. They postponed it because of coronavirus. And I've said so many times, is one of my many sayings, the only thing in life that are guaranteed are death, taxes, and Johnny Bananas winning. So we've had Johnny Bananas winning, we've had tax day. So the only thing left is for something to die. So let's hope that doesn't happen. But yeah, that's all I can say. So thank you. Killed it, man. I appreciate it. I love you too. Add T. Who else we got? Please don't leave. Listen, man. As much as like I want to sit here and say I'm gonna do this forever. Listen, man. I like, you don't understand what this shit does to people. Okay, people do not understand what this show, the toll it takes. The fact that I've been able to survive, not just physically but mentally, as long as I have doing this is a testament. And listen, don't worry. Everyone asks where all the money's going to go out to this. Probably to a therapist. All right. Till the wheels fall off, says Lower Deck Nina. Yeah, I mean, I know I've said that, but I don't know, man. The wheels are looking a little. The wheels are looking a little shaky.